Hey guys, it's Raiden back at it again with another speed build, and my dog is making a lot of noise. Woo! Okay, so I bet you couldn't guess that this was a restaurant build. Well, it is. And obviously you can tell because there's the little doohickey with all the fucking clothing that you can change in my goddamn way. I don't know how to make that thing go away, so I just kind of left it there and I dealt with it. So if it's annoying throughout the video, oh fucking well, it's there and it's staying. Obviously I can't change that now. In retrospect, it would have been great to know. But regardless, so we're making a restaurant that has literally no name. I made it have a really cut and dry stupid name for what it was worth, because this is supposed to be like a high-end kind of restaurant, and if you hear some strange noise, I just got a text message and my dog is drinking louder than sin right now and it's driving me insane. So anyways, enough dog noises because he's going crazy. But so this restaurant build is supposed to be like a high-end, you take your date there on like a first date type of thing, and the dress winds up being formal in the end. I change up the uniforms just a little bit, but outside from that, nothing really changes. There are some very few features in here that are my favorites, and we would see them eventually, but one thing that is my favorite is right up front. I made a little sitting room that does not have any furniture in it quite yet because I've not put any in there. I'm just trying to get the outside put together. And when I was first building this, I did it on like a trial run type basis because I just kind of got onto The Sims and I was fooling around, and then I'm like, damn, I want to make a build out of this. So I spent a lot of time fucking the roof up royally. I hate roofing to begin with in The Sims. It's probably like the worst thing you should ever have to do on your own. Like, I remember in previous versions of The Sims where there were auto roofs, and I'm like, thank God, because I'm about to have like 20 houses with no goddamn roof because I can't roof properly to save my life. But I see other people do it all the time, and they probably know witchcraft. That's the only thing I have to say about that. But anyways, I did my best with what I could do, and I made it kind of look like a little terrace on top. And I put a little garden in that empty space that you see me trying to fence off, but obviously didn't work, because apparently I don't know how to fence around a circle area. I guess I don't know how to do a lot of shit. This is like the second build that I'm like, there's something that I don't know how to do, and I'm sorry. So I suck ass. But anyway, so that little thing on the top is just kind of like a small, I guess it's called like a cupola area or something like that, or I heard something like that on a show once. Anyways, it's like a little seating area for the more fancy of folk. So that's why there's just a little area up top, just more seating. And when I was looking at the requirements on what it takes to actually build a restaurant, I was completely surprised that you only needed like 4 tables for seating. I'm like, this is a little low for the expectation that I have for this place, because going into this build, I was like, I need this to be the biggest 5-star awesome restaurant ever in the history of restaurants ever. And I wanted to just start off with a bang and just go for it. However, I did wind up playing this restaurant for a few short minutes to get the screenshots in. While doing that, I didn't experience anything that obviously, if my Jet Jensen sim that I started the From the Bottom episodes with, which I never continued after the first one, go figure me, he didn't have any experience as if he were owning a restaurant. Obviously, he's pretty broke. He's got like maybe 30,000 simoleons, and I wound up blowing half of them buying everybody drinks, like, just blowing my money, throwing it around like I normally do in real life too, so why the fuck not, Even though my money just disappears, it just walks away. I don't know. But I should probably make more episodes of that From the Bottom thing, but I'm not really keen on the whole just like, let's play and talk to ourselves type thing. It's really pressuring me enough to sit here and talk through this build. And it's not even to the good stuff yet. So, I had a lot of issues with what I was going to paint the outside. And those top 2 areas up front are seating areas as well. So I wound up putting like heat lamps in there, dropped 2 tables down on both sides, and that's it. Because I wanted there to be some sort of nice outdoor seating. Could it have been in a more private of area rather than straight up front where everybody can see you and there's like a privacy fence that goes up to your crotch? Yeah, but I really didn't care. And I wasn't thinking about that at the moment until I started thinking about it now. I really fell in love with that sign idea. I really did like it. And I like the idea that they're allowing you to custom make your own signs in the Dine Out pack. However, I'm not very happy about the Dine Out pack because I figured and feel like it could be something else. And I've been aching and begging for a Sims 4 Pets version, and I hope I get that one day. I hope it does not go without notice and just they never make it. That will make me so depressed. Because that is the expansion that I enjoy most, and I've done my best so far recently to keep up on all of the expansion stuff, packs, and well, they're random DLC they're trying to make excuses for to get you to buy, which is crazy, but regardless, I'm still going to buy it as much as I'm going to complain about it. I just hope an actual expansion comes out soon. That's all I care about. So, we are getting into the front room area now. And I put a couple ottomans in here for comfortable seating. Now, when I did play this, I realized people did wait in this area. So that was one thing to take note of, and that was really awesome. I put some mirrors in there to kind of open it up and give it a little more space. Obviously, it's pretty huge to begin with because, let's be honest, the ratios in this game are kind of crazy, I feel sometimes. And that just opens straight up with another awesome same copy door into the reception, like, host area, where you just walk in, talk to the lady, she gives you a seat, and boom, there you go. And when I played this, she walked us to our seat and everything, and I tried to invite, like, as many Sims out as possible. I even invited Laura Croft out, and I'm surprised that bitch wasn't stealing shit, like she always does. Because when I played my Jet Jensen from the bottom video before, when I had first set him up, or I had played, like, a little bit outside of that video, she came into my house and stole my fucking books off my computer desk. She waited till nobody was around, looked around, snatched them right up. Fucking crazy ass Laura Croft. So I had to build her own house because she was always trying to come over every day at the same time and steal shit. So I quit talking to her and quit letting her come over. But aside from that, this build is actually right... And my dog's being loud again. That's great. This build is actually across the street from Jet's house. I may consider playing him again, and I may consider having him buy this restaurant once it gets to a point in which he actually has enough money from his very shitty career as a bodybuilder, because that has not been going too well, and saving Somalians in order to build add-ons on a house has to be bullshit. Like, I gotta commit a full day to that to get one room the way I want it, because I calculated it was like 30,000 just for like a fridge and a stove and a sink or something. It was stupid. I couldn't put anything else down. It's worthless. But anyways, enough rambling, because we're actually starting to get a little more into some stuff in this area. I tried to decorate it up a little bit. I put a non-slip mat there so hosts can't embarrass themselves by falling. Not like that will happen, because that's a realistic expectation. And that cool. I try to do the bathrooms cool. The idea that I did for it is not realistic whatsoever, and the Sims refuse to pee around each other because they get embarrassed. So, like, if you want a restaurant where you can go to and get completely embarrassed, this is your restaurant, promise you. Because what I did, and you will obviously see as I talk about it, I put 3 toilets in each bathroom and I walled them off, but I did not put a door on them. And I don't know if that would be functional. That's something that could be tried out if, but then maybe your sim might get stuck in the toilet while somebody's using the sink, because let's be honest, sims can be kind of stupid sometimes. And I tried to wall it off and make it to where, like, maybe if the sims couldn't actually see each other, then maybe it wouldn't be such a problem. But I wound up saying, well, when I was playing it, I wound up saying that it did cause a problem, and if a sim went in to use the restroom, another sim would go in and be like, bye, that's weird, and turn around and leave, because obviously their sim myself did not want to see somebody going bathroom. So that's the only battle with this restaurant thus far that I've figured out. And I tried to make the accessories such as soap and paper towels, stuff like that. I mean, obviously they don't use them, and I didn't even put a trash can in here because it's not like you really need one. Plus, there's like damn near no space, so I said F it. I really am like obsessed with that, what is it, like booze wall painting and that wine glass wall painting. I'm pretty obsessed with that. I really like that. That's a good painting that they put in. The paintings that they put in for this well, I wouldn't say expansion, stuff pack, whatever you call it. The paintings that they put in for it are absolutely remarkable, and I wish they would have put more thought into it in the beginning. And my dog's tearing shit apart. That's nice. Nice. Sorry, guys. Anyways, so this is one of my favorite parts of this entire restaurant. And it's the little glass area with the candles in it. That's my absolute favorite part. And I don't know why I just randomly thought about it, but I was like, I don't want some sort of blank space here with nothing in it. It would be purposeless. So I opened it up, and obviously, yes, you can see the waiters going back and getting the food, but because I did want to kind of keep that a little bit of a secret. Like, this is a behind the scenes thing, you don't really need to see it. But I think it was a nice added touch that, for me, and as far as designing goes, was like world innovation #1. So now with this restaurant, I did not want to put just strictly seating on both sides. And for that reason, it would just be straight up boring. It would be a kitchen, bathrooms, and just seating out the wazoo. And you don't know if there's going to be shitloads of people there, right? If it's 5-star, maybe you'll get some business. And so I did on one side, the right side of the restaurant, if you're looking at it from the front, like here, which just totally flew away. So if you didn't catch that, that's cool. I put a bar in. And I tried to make it as super extravagant as possible. And when I went back to do the playthrough on it, just to go to the restaurant and, see what it was all about, actually give it a little gameplay, it didn't have anybody mixing at the bar. It just had emptiness. So I wound up having Jet hire a mixologist, which they never wound up showing up by the time that I was ready to quit playing. So I didn't bother with it. That's why in the screenshots that you're going to see, it's completely empty. And there are 2 waiter stations. Actually, you see me putting the little nectar freezers in on there. But there are 2 little waiter stations, and I put behind them kind of like a bar thing. Maybe like it's like a high shelf type situation, and you're ordering bottle service, because this menu is pretty much like wines and cocktail drinks. Like, I don't even know if I put water on it or if water's even an option at this point. I'm pretty sure it was, because I think I did see, but I don't know if I put it on there. Regardless, it was a pretty fun build. It took me some time to actually think of what I wanted to do with it, because as far as design's concerned, I'm a little boring, honestly. Like, I've probably been building the same way since I played this game. And I will learn small little things every now and then and change it up, but that's very rare. Usually I find what I'm into and I stick with it. And that's the same for everything with me, honestly. Like, if I eat something that I like at a restaurant, I'll probably order the same thing every time and not try another thing. So, which is kind of ironic because we're building a restaurant. Anyways, I tried to kind of hide or make it look better where the waiter stations are, so I just kind of threw those nice new fish tanks in to give it a little spice. And then now I'm working on this up here where the other dining area is. And I put a fence around the staircase because, you know, nobody wants to fall down the stairs while they're at a fancy restaurant. That's just embarrassing, right? Just kidding. I don't think that'll ever happen. Though one time, I believe I was playing The Sims 2 or 3. I was living in a 3-story house. My sim was pregnant, fell down the stairs, and died. That's the first and only time I've ever seen anything like that happen ever, and it was a very strange event, so I felt like I should bring it up. So, very minimal seating. I tried to not put them so close together because I wanted to think of this area as sort of like a private dining situation. Like, you would come up here for a fancy, elegant dinner and sit with your significant other, and you guys would probably be talking about personal things. So, I didn't try to put as much seating up here as I possibly could have shoved in. And I wanted to think of it more as like a private party type area too. Which, if in retrospect, I could have probably made this into like some sort of DJ area. But, I mean, that's just my retrospect thought process. Words suck and I'm bad at them. So, that being said, I could have probably made that like a reception area as far as this restaurant goes. So, like, maybe people could have weddings and then have a reception here or something to that effect. I haven't really played around with that aspect of the game because I rarely play it more than I build. So, now this side of the area, seating is a little more close together, but like I said before about the table and chair situation, the tables and chairs take up way too much room in this game, I feel. And it's like, if they don't, then it would be impossible for a sim to eat at. And I just really, like, in previous sim games, the chairs would be pushed in, so you could push the chairs in technically, like, when you were building, so it didn't look like it took up as much room. But this, on the other hand, with this very spaced out seating arrangement, works because the chairs just kind of sit on the outside of the tables. And I found that on these smaller tables, placing menus and trying to place other lighting sources, things of that nature, was very hard. So, again, it was kind of like a pick and choose situation. What do I put on these tables? But I tried to cram it in with move objects on anyways. That was the purpose for kind of testing it out. So the one place that I did wind up testing did kind of work as far as I was concerned, even though my one sim was the only one to actually order anything. And now I'm working on the bar side. So the bar side is my favorite side, because I just like the way the bar lights up and it glows the area. It just looks nice, like at home. I think maybe I may go out on a limb and in the next couple of builds probably build like my favorite bar. Like, I'm going to make bar establishments. I'm going to make my favorite bars, because I think that would be pretty freaking awesome. You know, I could use like the same signage and stuff like that, and then I can put these awesome bars in and make the dance floor and put the DJ booth. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I can already see it. It's going to be lovely. So I guess you'll get to see some of my favorite joints from around town. I'm very surprised that I've lasted so far 20 minutes nearly in just rambling my fucking ass off during this build. It's starting to get a little easier and easier. I didn't think that I would be able to do it at first, but when I get some free time, I tend to talk to myself a little bit. I don't know, that's pretty much what these videos are, except I mean, I'm talking to an audience, really, but very small for now. Regardless, this bar area is rocking it, and I'm in love with it. And yeah, it's my favorite part of this whole restaurant, pretty much. Aside from the awesome screenshots, when you actually play it, it's really nice. And I think that I may go back and try to own it just to see if I can hire somebody at the bar, because I think that's kind of important. But anyways, I am adding in the last kind of finishing touches, and you're probably about to go through and see, me put the tables outside. So I'm going to finish up here putting these tables outside in super fast motion. I really enjoyed making this build, so if you have any requests, let me know. Other than that, it's Raiden signing off, and you're about to get sent into some screenshots in a couple seconds. So, yeah guys, have fun!